Happy Monday. I'd say mine could be a little happier. Today is the bladder scope day. I always dread it about a week before it happens because the real thing behind it is the longer that you go on, the more time passes. Your statistics get better when you have cancer therapy, but bladder cancer has a tendency to come back as high grade after you get your initial tumor removed. Mine was intermediate grade. Then as time goes on, which I've been going through this for about a year and a half now, if it comes back, it normally comes back high grade. This is through all the things that I've read, all the research that I've done. I've been very, very lucky to not have repeat tumors. I have friends and people that I'm connected with online that aren't as fortunate. I like to think that it's because I'm ultra healthy, as well as doing everything I got to do at the doctor. That's what I preach about cancer, especially bladder cancer. Every day, every chance I get, anybody I can talk to. Cut down on your sugar, of course. Cancer loves sugar. Doesn't have to be eradicated. It just has to be watched. My sugar intake before I was diagnosed was absolutely terrible. I cannot in my right mind drink Pepsis all day like I used to. And trust me, you will be happier if you don't drink Pepsis all day. So it's something that I have a tendency to touch on as much as I can. I like to do these videos and just show you what my attitude is like on the way to my cystoscopy, and then possibly what it's going to be like on my return trip. So after I get here and get this done, it's probably going to take about an hour. It's 9:30 in the morning. And then when I come out, I'll shoot another video. I've got a few of these in the past. Maybe I'll go try to find them and catch them up and let you know what happens. Now, in the past, every single time, I'm kind of sad when I go there, and then when I come out, it's quite happy because I don't have high-grade bladder cancer again. But what's interesting is I really kind of go through business as usual. About a week before my cystoscopy, I start to act a little bit funny, maybe. I don't know. Just I'm pretty good, I don't get cranky or anything, but I get a little bit depressed, and then all of a sudden I'll go, oh, all right, I have to go through that whole process again. And that's the thing, you don't want to go through the process, because if my doctor were to find a tumor right now, many things could happen, but if I had an actual tumor that required a turbate surgery, then I would have to start at the beginning, and I would have to get it cut out and go through the healing and the pressure and the bladder and just everything to do with healing from bladder cancer surgery just sucks. So I've gotten a lot better at it now that I'm a pro, and it's been a year and a half, but it still has a tendency to affect me. So keep that in mind when you do it. Take care of yourself. When you get up in the morning, take care of yourself. Try to be optimistic about your situation if you possibly can. Get with your support groups, and leading up to it, just make sure you're asserting everything as well as you can, because it can be quite a bit of pressure, and then after it's done, you don't want to have that all kind of dropped on you, and it'd be very difficult to assert when it happens. It's going to be hard regardless, so just don't be too difficult on yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. So. But I do really feel pretty good. I know what it's going to be. I'm going to go in. Doctor's really good at what he does. He's going to, it's uncomfortable, and, it's an invasive, scope. But I am used to that now. I've had many, many catheters while awake and cystoscopies while awake. So this is just another one. Other than that, not too much going on today. I got up, I took some acetaminophen to help my prostate with any kind of ease of passage of the scope. I recommend that to anybody. Please take something just general aspirin, just to help you through it. I went to the gym, got my blood going. I am coming off like a week of flu or possibly COVID. I don't know. It was absolutely terrible. Now it's about a week and a half, and I'm still just now coming over it. So if I do not have a tumor, which I'm feeling pretty optimistic about that, I'll talk to my doctor about my next round of BCG immunotherapy. That's going to be what's going to happen there, which will take place, probably start my appointments next month. I have kind of a business trip to go on to. I'm going to Texas here pretty soon. At the beginning of March, I'll report how I can on that. That's my continued advocacy work. And it's in a bad spot because I'm really like heading forward with kind of my career and my brand and stuff, and I do not want to have high-grade cancer. That's kind of going to stand in the way of that a little bit. But if I went to the gym and took my aspirin and had a good breakfast, and always make sure that you take care of yourself in the morning. Now, I took my creatine this morning and I worked out, but I would not recommend taking a whole bunch of vitamins and stuff. Maybe take them when you get home, because they're going to cloud up your urine a little bit, and I really want that kind of clean urine test. So I don't know if there's any blood in the urine, then that could be seen. So other than that, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm getting ready to get on the highway here, so I think I'll get off and start to think about what I'm about to do. I just got a reminder for a cystoscopy on my watch, as if I wouldn't know. So I'll be talking to you here in about an hour. He likes what he sees. I'm always so relieved after this. I've read so much on bladder cancer, and I've known so many people to have tumors so quickly after their first surgery, and I just am elated to know that I'm clear. And I've noted, I'm trying not to pay too much attention to his vernacular, but there were times where he'd go in and he'd say, looks good left, looks good blah blah blah, and he does all these things, and this time he just went in and he didn't say anything. And before he went in, see, he knows that over time my chances get worse. Before he went in, he's like, I want you to be prepared, for something to, you never know, the more time goes by. But I told him I understood, and I read about this stuff all the time, and I just feel like I don't know, just relieved, like the weight's off of me. So I also scheduled 3 more BCGs for after I get back from my trip on March 7th. This is my first one, and I'll have 3 of those, which, going back to the BCG shortage, I don't think we're looking at anything that's new. I think it's the same as it was, because how could little old me have no problem getting in and getting BCG therapy, if it wasn't, unless my doctors were super shrewd and could always get their hands on it. But they are very good. I trust my doctor very much. He really pays attention to what he does, and I'm very grateful. So I thanked him a million times when I was in there, and I'll thank him here publicly again. So, all right, well, BCG coming up, and I'll report on that and how that changes me from the trip to the hospital and then the trip back, and we'll be over that, and then we'll have another cystoscopy to take another look-see, and here we go. I'd have 1 more this year, and then I would have 1 more year. So this is the beginning of year 2, and I have 3 total years of BCG. So that is my best chance for not getting return high-risk bladder cancer. So I live to see another day.